Oh, you guys, I'm thrilled to be here in the Brow House in Beverly Hills with the one, the only Kelley Baker Brows, our fearless brow queen of over 20 years, and her BFF Natalie, who, as you guys may or may not know, is the director of operations for KBB. She has been working with Kelley for 8 years, but she's been her best friend for...
Since we were 14, and we're almost 46. So you can do the math.
So a long, long time. So we're thrilled to be here. If you guys ever get a chance to come do some private training with Kelley in Beverly Hills, please come. It's way cooler than it even looks on Instagram.
It's pretty freaking cool.
It's like, I mean, Instagram or TV or wherever you see it is not, it's not even like a fraction of how amazing it is. Like, I want to move into this room. So I'm so thrilled that Kelley and Natalie are going to enlighten us on how we can level up, make more money, tips and tricks, and you know, Kelley never holds back. So we're super excited to just dive in. You guys know her from the many celebrities she does. She does Kim, Khloe, Kourtney. She does a lot of Kardashians, Amal Clooney, Kit Harington. I mean, the list goes on and on. Sometimes I'll watch award shows with my sister and I'll be like, okay, let's see how many Kelley clients. Who was your first client, celebrity client?
I get that question asked all the time.
Oh, I bet.
And it's kind of embarrassing to say I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's been a long, long, long time.
Right.
So, I mean, I do want to make, and I have made, an A to Z list. But I typically will only talk about the people that I currently do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's tons of people that I've done. And there are people that I did when I first started. I just posted a video the other day.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I just posted a video like 2 days ago of me, and I don't even think people realize that the whole video is me with dark hair, my natural hair color, in a bob, and the whole video is me behind the scenes as a makeup artist on set with a headset, sitting on the bleachers with Adidas, like at 19 years old, and I think in that video I did Cuba Gooding Sr. And I remember thinking, oh my God, that was a cool, like, big deal, right? But other than that, I don't remember. I want to say maybe Dana Devin, who is on NBC, I believe. Back then she was a host of Extra. And at the time I worked for Devon Roberts, and he was already very popular and had like a huge celebrity clientele. So I was doing Kelly Rowland, Solange Knowles, all of the wives, all the basketball wives. So Michael Jordan's wife, Magic Johnson's wife, Denzel Washington's wife, Mandy Moore. I did Mandy all the time. I did her pregnant for the cover of Lucky magazine. You know,
but you've been working on celebrities since the beginning.
Yeah, since the beginning.
Yeah, because a lot of people, and you posted this recently, like don't know that, yeah, there were other people in Los Angeles, but you were at the beach doing brows at the same time, paved the way. I mean, like I've said before, and I think I said it a few weeks ago, like there's a lot of people that obviously have contributed to our industry, and many of them you just mentioned, but not, and I don't work for Kelley. People think I do. I don't. I just have learned so much from this woman, and she's done so much for our industry. She has, there was no one that was showing anyone anything.
Then that was
the thing. And that's the whole secret. That's why I have the secrets of estheticians. You were showing us, okay, this is how, and I credit you with the white line, because you were the one that really showed us how to do the white line. I mean, everyone does it now. Everyone's knocked it off.
Everyone does
and that's fine.
Yeah.
But you were the one that like showed us how to highlight the eyebrow and really how to fill in brows properly.
I literally just got goosebumps because I appreciate the acknowledgement, because it's true.
It is true.
It is 1000% true. Show me someone online who did it before me.
I think it's important.
And I don't say that in a cocky way.
No, but I think it's important for people to know who's gone before, right? Yeah. And like you're still really young and you look really young, so sometimes I don't think people realize like how long you've really been in the industry, right? But you are the one who said, this is how you fill in, this is how you highlight, this is the thing.
This is how you trim.
Yeah.
This is how you apply wax.
Right.
This is the wax you use. This is the light you use.
Yeah.
These are all the tools you use. I told everything, and
you still do.
I still do.
And I mean, I think that, you know, so many people think that they've done something for the brow industry. I don't know if this will make it or not, but like no one has done more for this age of brows than Kelley. Like she has literally and people will see it and people are like, oh, you're such a Kelley Baker fan. I'm like, I'm not the only one. I've been a fan since 2014 because I saw your work and I was like, I don't know anyone that does brows like this. I don't. And my brows, the point is my brows didn't look like yours, right? You want to get better. And how do you get better? You go and you train. And I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it till I die. If you become a basketball player at the NBA, you don't just be like, okay, I've made it.
Yeah.
You freaking train your butt off. You
Totally.
they take everything. They take ballet, they train, they do this, they that. That's what is something that is missing from aesthetics sometimes, especially with waxing, because things change, products change. I mean, so much changes, and it's like, I think there's so much opportunity for people to make more money in brows if they really step back and be like, okay, well, why am I not getting pre-booked? Why are people not booking with me? Why are people not referring? I mean, it's really hard, like, but you have to be like, maybe I'm not as good as I am. Maybe I need a little more help. Like, maybe, what do you see?
I wouldn't even say it's maybe I'm not as good as I am. I think it is not the knowledge of knowing how to make more money, working smarter and not harder, which is the products, which is also you being in control of your service and your appointment and telling your client, okay, so let's have you come back in 3 weeks. You have to post on Instagram. You have to post pictures. If you have 1,000 followers, not all of those 1,000 people see your one post every day. So even if you don't hard post every day, you have to post a story. If you're trying to at least build a clientele, you gotta post a story. And my number one thing that I say all the time is, please don't post an ad in the sense of a flyer. If it is a picture of a flyer of anything that has words, take it off. Please, all of you, because no one reads any of it. I can literally say in my caption, it could be a picture and it says, I'm located at this address, at this time, at this price, at this, that, and the comments will be like, where are you located? What is the price? Nobody reads. Don't waste your time with a flyer. Don't waste your time. It's got, and if anything, post something funny. And like for Brazilian waxers or spray tanners or anything like that, like if you're trying to get a client, get someone, you need to get someone's attention. So post like butt cheeks, sandy butt cheeks, go to Pinterest, find something fun, cheeky, that's catchy or hairy or whatever to get someone's attention, to get them to be like, oh, that's right, I need a book with Libby. Oh my God, I need a book with Natalie. That's right, because they're reminders for your clients to book again.
Absolutely.
If it's a flyer, they ain't reading it. I promise you that. Don't waste your time. Sorry.
What's the biggest mistake that you see with people that wax in the beauty industry? Or a few of the things that you see that could help?
Wax in general? I'm not even gonna go to the waxing in general because I'm not a body waxer. And
I'm talking about brows.
Yeah.
Your brow artists,
yeah.
our community.
My community of brow people. I would say application of the wax. Basically, one, trimming, definitely trimming for sure. A lot of, trimming is super, super important. Two, the application of wax, how they're applying it. I do it in sections. Obviously, everybody can do anything they want, however they want. But when I teach, it is just to give you a different method, show you a method that works for me, that is efficient, that keeps me going, that keeps me faster for every single appointment. I know exactly what I'm doing. I do the same steps on everyone, and I can service anyone, any skin tone, any ethnicity. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I always have the same products, and it will work for anybody, anywhere that I'm at. So the application for me sometimes makes me cringe because of the application of the wax. Also mapping. Well, I guess I'll just get a little bit more detailed of the application. It should be applied with the hair growth and then taken off the opposite direction, which most of us know that. But sometimes people do the whole area. I guess it's different with hard wax. I don't use hard wax. If you're a hard waxer, this doesn't necessarily apply to you. But it's just scary to do it, this whole area, and then just rip it off with whatever you're using. And also, not only that, you have less opportunity for mistakes to happen that way. Like, you can mess up someone very easily. If you do it in sections, which is what I do, it's cleaner, it's easier, and we're making it a clean process for just the better results.
And more control.
At 1,000% more control. You have control, you have more control. If I place it where I don't want it, we're not screwed. I'm not like screwed, like, oh shit, I put it in the wrong spot. have to take it off. We can take it off. We can take it off with some kind of oil. You can use your fingernail and literally, or your applicator or whatever, wherever you are, and wipe off that wax and start over, right? So for new waxers, don't think like, oh shit, I put it there, I'm stuck there. I think my other main thing is the mapping, right? Because I think mapping is really cool. I don't personally know how to do it. If anyone wants to teach me, feel free. I have no problems with it whatsoever. My concern is the angles of the mapping and the method of where they're placing it, and it's not necessarily the right shape for people's faces.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I really have to, because I feel like with the mapping, and I have taken a few classes in it, I'm not a super fan of it. It's trying to make you force everyone into one shape, right? And not everyone's one shape.
No.
And you don't teach that either.
I mean,
You teach.
my boobs aren't one shape.
Yeah, me neither. And Kelley teaches, and one reason why I love her is because she teaches you how to work with the brows that people have and enhance them, obviously, with the product.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I think I see the most is people are only doing like half a service. Like, you don't go get your hair cut and then they don't blow it out and put products in. Same thing with brows.
Yeah, you have to blow me out.
You have to blow, yes. And so like you have to fill, if you're not filling in the brows, and there's some people I'd love to call out right now because they've been estheticians for a really long time and they're not doing it. If you're not filling in the brows, you're giving half a service.
Yeah. Every single person that walked into my salon got their brows trimmed, waxed, tweezed, and filled in. It is part of the service. If you are a brow waxer, brow artist, pigment artist, lamination artist, anything in the brow category, you 1000% should be highlighting them and filling them in with products and selling them products and making double the amount of money on every single person that walks in your door.
And if they're not buying it from us, they're just going down the street and buying it. So I feel like sometimes estheticians or people in the beauty industry, like, we don't sell stuff because we don't love it, right? If you love something, you're going to sell it.
Yeah.
So what, and it's so easy to open an account with you guys too. Could you tell us a little bit about the process? Because I think some people are a little confused about how easy it is. Like, your website is like seriously like the easiest website ever.
Yeah, and if you ever have an issue, we're here to help.
Right.
Like, we actually are people right behind.
We have
the email.
chat. We have help chats on our website. Everything is Kelley Baker Brows. Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok that I don't use. But anything you guys want, you just punch in Kelley Baker Brows, and it's so easy for you to open an account. You can literally just send us a message on Instagram. You can DM me. You can DM Natalie. You can go to our website and fill out your information, and we're going to get it, and we're going to check you in. So you technically have to have a license. We would love for you to have a license, but even if you don't own a suite or spot or your own shop, whatever, you can tell the owner of the salon that you work in that you want to sell these products because it's going to make you all money. So it's really super simple.
And it's a no-brainer. And it's like the studies show that if you sell someone, I don't know exactly the studies these days, but if you sell someone a product, they're like, I don't know, 80% more likely to come back to you. I mean, it's huge.
I don't even know that statistic.
I know, but yeah.
That, like, for myself, the products, like, if I didn't think my products were amazing, you would never see it. And that is why my product line is small, because you don't need 9,000 products. We don't need 9,000 shades of colors. We don't need, and a lot of you who do know me will know that I say you don't need chocolate, mahogany, midnight, deep ebony, deep auburn. Like, there's too many color options. There's too many choices. It's too confusing. It needs to be easy. We have blonde, brown, dark brown in every type of product.
And you can attest to that.
Oh yeah, and I use the gel, the tinted gel in blonde on almost everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, on a lot of people, because the thing that I see the most from people, even I used to do it, I think before I became part of the Kelley Baker crew, is I would go too dark. Mm-hmm. And I would do wedding makeup sometimes, and they would be like, "Oh no, the brows or something." I was always doing them too dark. And
so that's the thing. So my one only goal is that all of you guys can do it at home, whether you're a waxer or just a person that doesn't know how to do brows. It was for originally the people at home. It turned into a professional brand and people wanting to sell it in their shops. And now it's in 3,000 shops, 3,000 studios. We're in a waxing retail chain of 180 locations that is a franchise. They sell our products to all of their and it's mainly body waxing, but it's called Wax in the City. And it just makes sense. Every single person needs, I mean, this is not supposed to be a pushing you guys to sell the products on a podcast. It's just,
It works.
it just works.
Well, yeah, and we all want to make more money. So Natalie,
Absolutely.
can you tell us a little bit about, we're not, estheticians aren't numbers people. So
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
wholesale. I mean, yeah, but every chair has its max, utilization. So you only basically are there 8 hours a day. So what is the max that chair will get you to?
if you're even fully booked.
Right, but you will get there. You will get there one day. So that's 8 hours. I wrote these notes down for us. 8 hours a day. 30-minute sessions is what we recommend for a brow service. A lot of people will try to squeeze in 15 minutes, but that's not really, it's not good for customer service. That's not, I mean, if I'm paying $65 for a brow session, I want your time, your focus. I want to fill in. I want to look like $65 worth. And that's an average. So if you're 8 hours a day, 30-minute sessions at $65, it's roughly 15 clients a day. Some will do more, but roughly, that's $975 a day.
Just for waxing service.
Just brows. So if you add in one pencil at $24, and each of our products are about $24, that's an extra $1,800 a week.
That's one pencil
One
per
pencil.
person. That's it. But no one lives with just one thing. They live with three.
Yeah. And the profit on that is 40% of that.
Yeah, so we sell it to you, again, about the wholesale. Depending on how much you guys want to sell, you get from anywhere from 40% off to 20% off. So you're making that much money off of every single person that is walking in your door. And we have done all the homework. We've figured out how to make it as easy as possible for you. If you want to do it, you can literally DM Natalie, NatKBB, email her, natalie@kelleybakerbrows.com. But also we've made it, because a lot of you guys are brand new in your early 20s, or obviously all ages, but we don't have the money to start an account, right? So we've made it as super easy and affordable. It's $9.95, because you get, if anything that's under $1,000, you guys can finance. So it used to be more expensive to sell our products, but we learned if you wanted to buy it, make payments, you can't do it if it's over $1,000. So we changed our whole program so that you guys can make payments on it and start your account, and you get a retail starter kit. You get all the products on the kit, on the display. You get 2 sets of back bar. Okay? So that's already 3 whole sets of products, plus 5 of each product with that $9.95
to sell.
So $9.95 is all you need to spend to start your own business, adding products to what you're already doing to all of your services. And you will make your money back. 1,000%. Our retailers,
they're ordering within a month or 3.
no, I feel like even
reordering.
But some of them order every 3 weeks,
Yeah.
depending on who it is.
What's the most popular product right now?
Brown pencil is our top seller, always.
Brown pencil?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not use the brown
No, I love the brown pencil. I'm in love with the laminate because
that's totally 2 different products.
Well, that's a new product. Yeah.
The brown pencil is boom. Our most popular products are obviously the highlighter, the laminate, and the pencil, and our tinted gels. Our tinted gels, y'all, I had no idea.
Award-winning.
Yeah.
They're the best.
And they're hard to use. That's the cool part, because they're so hard. In my eyes, I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist. I need to make sure you guys can do it. Y'all slang the shit out of those tinted gels.
I think they're easy to use. My mom's in
Really?
love with them.
No,
yes,
that's what
and
I'm
she's,
saying.
know.
No, you guys,
Yeah.
you guys love them.
Yeah.
But that was the goal, to make sure you could use it. But my point of thinking it's hard is it is a stain. So where you put it's gonna stay, right? So
Well, you always tap it first on it.
right. And I try to teach you.
And she teaches us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm not a makeup artist, so sometimes I look a little too dark when I do that.
And with any of the products, God forbid it's a tiny bit too dark, let it dry a tiny bit, and then take your mascara wand and just brush over it. And it doesn't matter if it's our pencil, powder, or our tinted gel. You can literally brush it right off, and there's no like weird residue, and you can start over. No one would even know. It's not like liquid liner, and you're like needing to wipe things off and cleanse your face and take a makeup wipe. Like, you just brush it off and start all over.
So you have a huge celebrity list, and so people want to know, like, are you on call 24/7?
Yeah.
Okay, so like if Kim Kardashian, obviously, duh, needs her brows done at 2 in the morning, you run up there to Calabasas.
Well, she doesn't call me at 2 a.m.
Well, you know what I mean.
But if she did, I would go.
Yes.
Yeah. No, my car is packed at all times.
Okay,
At all times.
ready to go.
Ready to go.
Okay, people also want to know, how do you transport your wax pot?
It's a whole process.
I mean, that could be a whole thing in itself.
It's yeah. It's
Is it in like a tub? Like how?
no. It's
Kelley.
I'll get a photo of it.
Yes.
So I have a bag. Okay. I have all of my things, and I do it. I do it the same thing every single time. I take my warmer. I take a towel. I have like 3 towels. I take a towel this big. I wrap it around. Okay. So
What, you heat it up before you go to Kim Kardashian's house?
No.
Okay.
I don't heat up anyone's stuff
They
until
have
I
their
get
own
there.
glam room.
Well, okay.
But
I know
it
they
doesn't
do.
even matter if they have their own glam room. That's the hardest part of this. I do not like doing house calls. They suck. It is hard. That's why I said as a joke to scare people away $500 because I didn't want to do it. And then they were like, "Sure, we'll pay $500." I was like, "Well, here we go."
So is that what it costs?
It costs more.
Oh, good. Does it depend? Is there like a sliding scale?
No. So that is something that I actually am glad that you asked, because I personally, it bothers me when people charge certain people more money because they have more money. That's just not normal. Like, you don't charge someone more money on gas or more money on food because they have more money, or vice versa. Like, the price is the price. If you want to pay it, cool. Whether it's J-Lo, Kim Kardashian, or Libby, if you want me to come to your house, this is the price.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not charging Kim more because she's Kim.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
Right. Well, I'm sure. But we know people in the industry that do that sort of thing.
1000%. And it kills me. It kills me.
Well, that's because you have integrity. Not everyone does, Kelley. We know
It
this.
just kills me.
Okay, so wait, you're not. So are you taking new clients? Like, people are like, okay, if I want to get my brows done with you, how do I get them done? Not really.
You can shoot your shot. You can try to send me a DM. Every now and then I'm like, yeah, I'll do her. You know?
No.
But no,
No.
that world is over. I did 10 years of my own salon, and then probably 3 or 5, 8 at least in other people's places.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just like you said, an athlete or someone, like, you have to train. Like, I'm out of the game in that sense of, like, I ain't playing no more. Like, I'm not doing brows in a salon. I might, like, I know that was one of your questions. I'm jumping ahead. But
No, that's
like,
okay.
It's not even like I'm tired, you know? And that's part of also, too, of why I teach. And when people would ask me, why are you teaching? I was like, well, why not? Like, I can't do everybody.
Well, and that's something that's so great about you, is because you don't have that scarcity mindset, which so many people in the beauty industry do.
Well, and I knew when I first started. I remember my first class it was the makeup show in LA. Somehow my mom talked to them and they invited me to do a class. And that was my first teaching class. And Damone never did it. Anastasia never did it. People were not doing master classes.
No, because no one wanted to share anything.
Everyone and their mother does master classes and private trainings and teaches now. Just saying.
I think on that note, you're also leveling up yourself and your brand.
But
So you don't have the time.
No, I
to be
don't.
Here.
I don't. I
And
don't
it's
have the time. I don't have the time, but it's not even that. Like, as I grew and we had salons and stylists and staff and electric bills. It just became too much of a headache. And I lost my passion for being there because I was so busy taking care of everybody else's bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's not for me. It's not what I want. I'm not an artist. I never wanted it. I never wanted a salon. I never wanted a product line. I was going to say something else though. Like an athlete retires, like I feel like I'm retired in the sense of like I'm not doing brows in the salon anymore. I'll take someone every now and then. Someone will message me something sweet or like their daughter's something.
Oh God, don't say that. Now you're gonna get a ton of messages.
But I feel though, even like I feel like I pick the ones who I'm supposed to pick.
Yeah.
Right. So we had a random girl message me who was getting married. And I didn't take new people. And she messaged me and I did her for her wedding in our last Venice shop. And she still messages me and still sends me the nicest things. She was like bawling, crying that she came in. And I was like, if I could make you a little bit happier, like, why would I not do that? Why would anyone not do that?
Well, like I said, like not everyone's you, Kelley. I mean, come on.
That's what hurts my heart.
I know. Well, and
Like,
it
literally hurts my heart. Like, we had a girl who came in, and again, like, ooh, tears. I just remember this one family that came in, and it was a younger girl, and she had brows that I actually had never seen before, where all of her hair grew straight up all the way across. And she came with her mom, and she came with her sister, and it was in my very first salon. And she sat in my chair, and I did her brows. And, you know, you don't ever say anything out loud. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, how am I going to do these, man? Like, how am I going to make these magical, right? And I know I can do it, but I'm still looking at it like this is going to be a challenge. And I did it. Oh, I forgot I had eyeliner on. And afterwards, basically, her and her mom and her sister were all crying. And I was like, why is everyone crying, you know? And her mom was speaking to me in Spanish, and her daughter was translating and said, you know, she's been bullied her whole life on her eyebrows and has wanted to commit suicide because of the way her brows look. Thank you so much for making her happy. And I was like, oh my God, like, pull on it. Yeah, and I was like, I will do her forever. Your appointment is free.
Mm-hmm.
I am not charging you. Here are all of the products. Like, it's just sad. Like, our job is to make people feel good. That's why I do brows, because it's my art. I make them perfect because I'm a Virgo weirdo freak perfectionist. I'm doing your eyebrows for me. But like the confidence and the smiles and the happiness that come out of doing these people, it's like, there's nothing better than that, you know? And I mean, I've just kind of gone in and out of, that's why I say, like, if I get a message, you know, from someone, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this person. And we just did that. We just got a message from a basketball player from Milan who was like, my wife and I are gonna be in town. Will you train her? And I was like, sure. You know, like, you know, because we usually only have so many training dates. So again, you guys can shoot your shot, you know, like, we are open to ideas and working with you. And I mean, the goal is to make people feel good, train them to be their best, and send them off on their little merry way, you know? So that's basically what our brand is. And that's what we continue to do, even with our crazy industry and all the crazy shit that we've gone through, which a lot of you have seen or have not seen. And, you know, it's part of business. And I think my main thing that I want everyone to go home and think about is, what do you really want? What is success to you? Success to a lot of people who look at me think, I need to have a product line, I need to have a salon, I need to teach, I need to train, I need to do all of these things, I need to have a neon sign, I need to have this, whatever it is, okay? That is not success. That is extra work and more of a headache and more responsibilities. You don't have to teach. Don't compare me to you. Don't do it, because it's not fucking fun. It's a lot of work and there's a lot of tears.
You're allowed to cuss on that.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Good, because I say fuck all the time. But fuck this shit. Like, seriously, like, it's not, success is doing what you love and being happy and making money.
I agree. I totally agree. Like, not, you know, for success for some people is just, you know, going to the salon and even working for someone else and going home.
1000%.
You don't, I never wanted to be on my own.
1000%.
You never, I mean,
That's
dreams
what we-
change, right? Dreams change. And you're allowed to change.
When we closed our shop in Venice at the end of COVID, Kim, who was my lead stylist, I was like, you're going to go work at my friend's salon. You're going to go there. You're going to book your clients. You're going to make your money. She's fully staffed. You're going to have all of my clients plus all of her clients, and you're going to go home.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that.
She follows that rule that we just talked about, where she sells every one of Kelley Baker product. They wholesale the products.
Yeah.
She
makes her money and goes home to her family.
Life.
Yeah.
She has the perfect
There's
life.
nothing wrong with working for
Her
someone
boyfriend
else.
bought a house. They just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, she gets to go to work. She doesn't have to worry about booking. She doesn't have to worry about the computer not working. She doesn't have to worry about any of that shit.
Yeah.
She gets to go make money
Yeah.
and then go home to her kid and her boyfriend and do whatever. Like, there's a lot of extra stress, and that's why I stress. And I also say, like, I don't want to be a dream killer. If your dream is to open a salon, go for it.
Right.
But it's hard. It's super hard.
Yeah. And then can you tell us, are you allowed to say who your favorite Kardashian is? I mean, I could guess.
You can guess.
Okay, well, I know Kourtney was your first.
Kourtney was my first.
Did Patrick Ta introduce you to them?
He did.
I knew it! I knew it was Patrick Ta!
He
You
did.
still do his eyebrows?
Yes.
You guys still good friends?
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I knew that. I called it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that Kourtney, you have a soft spot for Kourtney because you've been doing hers the longest.
Yeah.
She was your first Kardashian.
Yeah.
But I think that Khloe and you are like similar. I mean, I think you like.
I don't have a favorite. I love them all. I really, truly do. They're all completely different. I actually feel like I've bonded and am the closest with Kourtney now than ever. But I've also been working with these ladies for almost 8 years.
No, I mean, yeah, a long time. I remember. I was so excited when you got them.
8 years.
Do you ever get nervous doing celebrities or no?
Hell yeah.
You do?
Absolutely.
See, she's just like us!
Fuck yes.
Like when you were doing J-Lo for that cover, was it Vogue?
I was freaking the
I mean, like,
y'all have no idea.
tell us! Like, did you go to, on the cover of Vogue, it was a Vogue, right?
No. So it depends on, it was Vogue.
Okay.
But not all of them I'm physically there for.
Right,
And
right,
that's what sucks because we don't get credit for, I
Right.
don't get credited for half of the things you guys see. 90% of the things you guys see, I don't get credited
Right.
for. And it sucks.
That's a goal.
She's been working on that for a long
I did
time.
it this year once.
From who? Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
And Chloe tags me a lot.
Yeah.
And Kim will tag me, and Kourtney will tag me, like, and they're my loyal, and Shay Mitchell tags me, but you have to also remember there's a million shoots, so you don't get tagged in all of them, and just the makeup and the hair
Yeah.
and stylists do, but like,
The
we
facialist.
did their
and waxes,
brows,
yeah.
the facialist, the body waxers,
The spray tan.
and the brows don't get tagged,
Yeah.
and like, we did it the night before for the shoot, you know, so like, it would be nice if there was more awareness and if more credit was given to the whole glam team, which
Right.
is what we're working on.
Yeah.
And I
That's
purposely
nice.
go out of my way to go to like Chloe's post and see who she did, like who did her makeup, who did her hair, who was her stylist, who was to go on my own and tag all of those people out of respect.
Yes.
Just out of respect.
So you do get a little bit nervous, like with J-Lo or like Amal Clooney. I mean, you saw George. Like, what was, and George waves to you.
George talked to me.
Oh.
They've given me their tequila.
Oh.
And Amal just gave me her honey that they're from their own farm. No big deal. George is very handsome in person, very friendly. I hang out in George Clooney's house. Like, what the fuck is going on?
So a few years ago, I had asked you who you wanted to do. Whose brows are you dying to do now? I mean, you've done so many people, but like, is there anyone? I know you talked about Oprah at one point.
I still want Oprah.
Oprah doesn't like to do her brows. Years ago, I'm way older than you, but like.
I know Oprah complimented her friend's brows who I do, and she noticed and said, You got your brows done. Who did your brows? So we're working on that.
Oprah.
Oprah.
She'll make a house call. She'll come up to Santa Barbara.
No, she actually literally said, does she do house calls? And my client said, I don't know. And I was like, oh yeah, I do house calls.
It's just up in Montecito. It's not far.
No, and that's what's cool too. Like so I'm a